They weren't rich, they weren't famous. They were just two college kids with a crazy idea in a messy Stanford dorm room. But what Larry Page and Sergey Brin didn't know back then was that their idea would one day change how the entire world thinks, searches, and learns. It all began in 1996. Two brilliant yet stubborn students arguing over everything. Larry was a dreamer who believed information should be accessible to everyone. Sergey was a problem solver who could turn chaos into logic. They didn't even like each other at first, but sometimes destiny hides behind disagreement. Together, they started working on a wild concept called back rub. Not exactly a world-changing name, right? But behind that funny name was a revolutionary idea. What if the web could organize itself, showing people the most important and reliable information first? It was something no one had done before. Their office was a tiny dorm room stacked with old computers, wires hanging everywhere, and the smell of cold pizza filling the air. They coded all night. Their computers overheated, the fuses blew, and they used cheap fans to keep the servers alive. Everyone else partied. Larry and Sergey stayed up building the future. When they finally renamed their project Google, inspired by the word Google, a number with 100 zeros, they didn't just want to build a search engine. They wanted to organize the world's information and make it useful for everyone. But success didn't come easy. They tried to sell Google for $1 million, and no one wanted it. Think about that. The company, now worth over $1 trillion, was once rejected for just $1 million. Most people would have quit, but Larry and Sergey didn't. They believed too much to stop. They kept improving, kept testing, kept dreaming. Their dorm project soon exploded into the world's biggest gateway to knowledge. Google became more than a company. It became a verb, a tool, a symbol of what happens when you refuse to give up on your dream. And here's the truth. This story isn't really about Google. It's about you. It's about anyone who's ever been rejected, broke, tired, or lost. It's about those nights when nobody believes in you, but you still keep going. Larry and Sergey proved one timeless truth. You don't need $1 million to start, just one powerful idea and the courage to chase it when the world says you can't. So if you're struggling today, remember this. Google started with 2 students and a dream, and that dream was once just a whisper in the dark. Your dream could be next. All it takes is for you not to quit.